On number 42, we want to solve this polynomial inequality, and keep in mind that with polynomial inequalities, it's impossible to get the x by itself. So what we do is we start by treating this like an equation, like that's an equal sign, x cubed plus x squared minus 9x minus 9 equals 0. And we factor by grouping. Pull out an x squared, x plus 1. Pull out a negative 9, x plus 1. So this would factor to x squared minus 9, x plus 1. And the x squared minus 9 is a difference of two squares, so I can write that as x plus 3, x minus 3, x plus 1 equals 0. If I set each of these factors equal to 0 and solve for x, I get x equals negative 3, or x equals positive 3, or x equals negative 1 as my key numbers, or my critical numbers. So with this, let's draw our chart for our sign analysis, putting our numbers in the correct order, negative 3, negative 1, and positive 3. And we're going to pick some test values in each of those subintervals. So starting with negative 4, for example, negative 2, 0, and 4. And you can pick whatever values you want as long as they're inside each of those subintervals. So now I'm going to plug these into my original inequality, the one that I'm highlighting, and solve. See whether it's true or false. So if I plug in negative 4, I would get negative 4 cubed, which is negative 64, plus negative 4 squared, which is 16, minus 9 times negative 4 is plus 36, minus 9 greater than 0. If I simplify that, negative 64 plus 16, that's negative 48. 36 minus 9 is 27. I get negative 21 greater than 0. That's false, so I have to cross that one out. I can go through the steps with the other ones as well, and I won't write all the work down necessarily, but if I plug them in, I would end up getting negative 9 greater than 0, which is still going to be false, so I need to cross that one out. Sorry, actually, never mind. I'm plugging in negative 2, my bad. So that's going to be a big old check mark. And then I plug in 0, and I get something that's false, so that needs to be an X. I plug in 4, I get something that's true, so that's a check mark. And I'll leave it to you to check those by just plugging them in the original and seeing if you get a true or false. So anywhere where there's a check mark is my answer. So negative 3 to negative 1, union 3 to infinity. And notice I'm putting parentheses on this because this is a greater than, not a greater than or equal to.